What is up, everybody? We are here live today with the man JT, author, veteran, father, entrepreneur, investor. Kind of a little bit of everything, man. I'm glad to have you on the show today.
Thank you for having me, brother.
So before we get into it, so today we'll be discussing, digital assets and ways to start making money here in 2022. But if you can kind of give a little background on yourself, I know most people probably will know, a little bit about you already. They follow your channel, whatnot. But just give us a little background on yourself right now.
All right, so what's up? What's up, everybody? I go by the name of JT. It's JTS on Instagram, JT Automations on YouTube, and I'm a serial entrepreneur. So I like to pride myself as saying that I'm the guy that did everything your mama told you to do. So graduated high school, went to the military because I thought that's how you become successful. It wasn't for me, so I went to college. I was the first person in my family to earn a master's degree, but the corporate America side of the world wasn't for me. So then I started dabbling in entrepreneurship. Well, I started off really well, hit some rough spots, went homeless, went broke, and then I had to rebuild myself to now a seven-figure earner, serial entrepreneur, and my biggest asset now is my media company. So I'm all about digital real estate and ways to make money leveraging your mind and not your body. Because in the Marine Corps, for any veteran that's watching this, you make your money with your body. All right. Even in corporate America, depending on what you're doing, I was an operations manager for a trucking company. So I'm jumping in and out of semi trailers all day, every day, climbing underneath semi trailers all day, every day, even at the level. So I really pride myself in telling people that, hey, I want to be the guy to help you make money in perpetuity. So I'm big on making money with your mind.
That's amazing, bro. So I was able to connect with you over about, I think it's been over a year now. So I see you're wearing right now, you're wearing your author JT shirt.
Yep.
So I've looked you up on seen your Amazon page with Kindle. And so
Yep.
you got what is it about? Like you got like 6+ books on there?
Yeah, well, I'm writing my 30th book now. So I have like 28 books on Amazon. I have one book on my authorjt.com website that's only available there. And I'm writing my 30th book now.
30 books, man. That's pretty impressive. Most people don't even get, one book written in a lifetime for you to have 30 done. So let's start with that. Talking about digital assets, obviously publishing, Kindle publishing. How does that business model work?
All right, so if you want to go to Amazon KDP route, which I would recommend to all the viewers there, that is by far the easiest way. Literally, you could type it up the same way you would type up a paper that you would do for high school, college, or whatever level of education you have when you're watching this video, right? And then you can get a KDP template for free from Amazon. The reason why you want a KDP template, and I'll just use a book that I have handy right here, is if you notice when you look at a book, right? None of the words are in the seams. None of the words are cut off at the bottom of the book. All of the words seem like they're perfectly in the center of the book. And that is because they use a template that you can get for free and copy and paste your book into that template. Or you could just literally type the book out in the template. Just Google KDP template and write your own book, right? Now that you have that book, you can go to Fiverr, FIVERR.com. That's what I do. And I will look for a proofreader and editor because I'm somebody that has a South Carolina education and I tend to write like I talk. So I know what I'm trying to say, but it may not articulate itself in the best way if you read it without it being edited. So you can get an editor and a proofreader on Fiverr for like 80 bucks, if that. It depends on how many words the book is. But for me, 80 to no more than 120 bucks. If you're writing a short book like a children's book, 30 bucks, right? So you can get an editor and proofreader. That way your message doesn't get lost in translation, because a lot of people out there have great messages, but if you misspell every other word, somebody's gonna like, I'm not reading this, like this is trash. So I do that. Then when you get it back, you upload it to Amazon KDP, all right? And then the dope thing about it is that it doesn't cost you anything to run the Amazon Play. Even if you have a paperback book like this, it doesn't physically exist until somebody orders it. So they're going to see a screenshot of the cover of the book, all right? And then once they place the order, Amazon is going to print the book, make the book, ship the book, deal with all of that, all right? So that is by far the easiest way to become an author. With Amazon, I average around $20,000 a year. That's my money in my pocket off of just the books that I have on Amazon, right? So I suck at math, but whatever that divides out to per month. But consistently, I make at least $20,000 a year of passive income just off of the portfolio of books that I leave up on Amazon KDP.
So with those books, is Amazon doing the promotion of the books, or are you promoting yourself? How's the marketing get done for people to find your books?
In the beginning, it's all you. So you can pay Amazon to do marketing. But if you don't pay Amazon to run any ads or have you show up, at the top of the search results, it's all you driving traffic there. Now, once you get a certain number of reviews, then you are going to get in the algorithm that we always hear about, right? So you are going to get in the algorithm, and then your book is going to start getting recommended. But that's after you've done some initial promo yourself, you've gotten some good reviews and some good feedback, because we all know Amazon is really big on customer service. So you kind of got to push it yourself initially, or you can hire a team to do it. You can run Facebook and Instagram ads to do it. You can do like how I did. I never ran any ads. I'm just super consistent on social media, and I just tell people, hey, click this link and go get money. So this is 3 ways you can get money. The Amazon way, and then I want to talk about the way you can make even more money as an author. So you can sign up for Amazon Associates, which is completely free. Literally anything that's on Amazon, you send somebody the link there, and if they buy it, you get a commission. Dope thing is if they don't buy that, but if they buy anything within the window of time, you get a commission for that. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not a huge commission per item. So unless they're buying tens of thousands of dollars worth of stuff, it's not enough money for you to quit your full-time job. It's free money. So a play that I do is I always use an Amazon Associates link when I send people to my book. Why, JT? I'm going to get paid for referring you to Amazon, whether you buy my book or not. If you buy anything off of Amazon, I'm going to get a commission off of that, right? I'm going to get what they refer to as a royalty if you buy my book, all right? So that's the second way I make money. And also, you can upload your book in various forms. So you can have an audio book through Amazon ACX, and you can get paid a whole nother check comes from the Audible check. So every month I get an Amazon Associates check that's based off of people buying my books and whatever else they decided to buy. I get a royalty check for the people that just bought my hard copy books and my ebooks. Then I get an ACX check, right, for everybody that bought my audiobook. So I get paid 3 times off of the same digital asset that I created once. And I don't make my own audiobooks. I don't make my own ebooks, right? I write the book one time. I go to Fiverr. I pay somebody $30. They make my audiobook, right? I pay somebody around $65 to make my ebooks, because sometimes I want to include links in my ebook, so they got to get a little bit fancier with that. But I get paid multiple times from the same digital asset over and over again, and that's how I've been able to build up a portfolio of $20,000 a year in profit, which again is not anything crazy, but I think anybody watching this video, if you can do something once and get $20,000 a year off of it, right, why not do it 5 times over? All right.
I love that. So I want to point out a couple things. So people are gonna say that number of 20K, and like you said, it's not a whole lot of money. But I like that number because with the world of social media and and people on online money making niche, these big numbers get thrown around, and people get they get that mindset of get rich quick, and sometimes that number too is like it's unrealistic, but like 20K is a realistic number that somebody can make online, and then from there you can obviously scale that up. And so for the beginning person, that's one business model you can start with, like you just said, is ebooks. But a lot of opportunities exist now, and you're somebody who's constantly, sharing those opportunities with the world, what exists. What have you seen, with the change of landscape of things as so much more money is getting pushed to, to online, whether it's, becoming an influencer, affiliate marketing, like what are some of the best opportunities you're seeing, in today's times as we, become a more technology-based society, making money through the internet. What do you see as a good opportunity for people?
I tell everybody, and it took me years to actually understand this for myself, the number one best opportunity to make money with digital real estate is having your own website. I know you will hear certain people say that websites are dead, do everything on social media, but when I pivoted, so now authorjt.com, right, and I'm on the wrong side, all right, but authorjt.com, all right, is now a website that it generates over $10,000 a month itself, because Amazon, one, it never gives me my customers' information. So yeah, I've been making 20K a year, but I don't know if Zay bought it. I don't know if my grandma bought it. I don't know if the total strangers bought it, right? All I know is I got X amount of money. So it's hard for me to build a business long term if I never know who likes what I'm selling. So having your own website, to me, is the best digital asset you can have, because one, now you got customer information. So now I can see, okay, if JT buys all of my books related to real estate, but they never buy any of my books related to how to trade stocks or whatever else I'm interested in, I know, okay, if I make most of my money off of this group of people writing like this, I can now customize my products and services to maximize that. So I say, number one, have your own website. You can go to namecheap.com and get a domain name. You can go to GoDaddy and get a domain name. You can go to Bluehost. Literally, you can just Google web hosting and find what's in your budget, because I know everybody has a different budget depending on where you're starting at. But my number one top thing, and I'm telling you, authorjt.com is not even 2 years old yet, but that website has immediately showed me that that's where I want to be. Second to that, I would say then is social media. In my personal experience and knowing a lot of people that got a lot of followers on several different platforms, YouTube has the best monetization structure, as far as if you're not good at selling, because I know a lot of people are afraid of trying to sell something to somebody. So if you're going to be solely dependent on getting revenue from the platform itself, YouTube, which is owned by Google, has the best monetization structure for that, right? Now, if you're somebody that's pretty decent at selling and you just want to have a platform to reach the most people, right? TikTok is really good at that. Instagram is now heavily competing with TikTok. I got 42,000 new followers in 3 weeks on Instagram once they started like saying, hey, we want y'all to do more remixes, because they were trying to compete with TikTok. And I think over at TikTok, they call it duets. So Instagram is now becoming more and more aggressive. So I would say have your own website. Even if you don't know what you want to sell, I would again go to Namecheap, Bluehost, GoDaddy, jhfhosting.com. That's a shameless plug. That's my domain site. But you can go to these websites, right? And you can get a domain name, and at least you have your name. So maybe later on you'll say, okay, I want to do this website or that website, but man, now authorjt.com is already taken. So I would get my own domain name, right? So at least I got that secured. Some people make a whole business out of just flipping domain names. But then I will focus on social media. So my funnel, if you will, for anybody that's familiar with the term sales funnel, is that the top of my funnel is social media. So if you watch my Instagram account and say, hey, you don't know nothing, you're stupid, you're dumb, you're black, you're whatever, we all know it's haters on the internet, right? I still get paid for people watching me on Instagram, right? I get a check every month from Meta, which is Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, right? I get a check every month from Google. That's the YouTube money that comes in. So whether people buy anything from me or not, right, I get paid for these platforms. So if you struggle with selling, probably stick with YouTube. You got to get 1,000 followers, 4,000 minutes of watch time, which sounds difficult, but once you actually hit that milestone, you'll find that once you get into your groove and in your niche, it gets way easier. All right. When it comes to somebody that knows how to sell more, I would say that you probably could make a killing with Instagram, because Instagram is going to let you get away with short form content. Whereas, of course, YouTube has shorts and everything like that. But YouTube is still primarily a platform for long form content, right? So websites being number one, social media, specifically YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, depending on what level of salesman you are right now, right? And then my third favorite one is podcasting. I think that a lot of people still aren't looking at podcasts because it's not as mainstream yet. You might have heard of a couple people that got podcasts and thinking that that's just them, but I really think that the power of voice content is going to be super huge, right? So those are my things on there. I don't want to be too long-winded. You know, I talk all day, Zay.
Nah, for sure. So let's pause right there on the on Instagram. So I'm not super familiar with how Instagram's monetization works. I monetize on YouTube. How do people get monetized on Instagram, and how does that work?
All right. So the crazy thing about Instagram as of this recording is Instagram has to select you to be monetized. It's not like how YouTube has these clear-cut things going on, right? So what I did was this is a secret that you guys can apply to any social media from now until the end of time. Trust me, it works. Whatever new feature any mainstream platform has, do a lot of that. So when Reels came out, I would do like 8, 10, 12 reels a day, right? Until they would stop me from posting reels that day. When remixes came out, I started doing 10 to 15 remixes a day. Why is that important? Because since I know, I always ask myself, what does the platform want for me? I enter into it like it's a partnership. So I think of it like I'm a partner with YouTube. I'm a partner with Instagram. So in any good relationship, personally or professionally, it's a two-way street. So what does Instagram want? Well, I know that historically Meta as a company, they'll try to buy a platform, and if the platform doesn't sell, they'll integrate the functionality into their platform to try to kill that platform completely. Instagram used to be just primarily photos. They try to buy Snapchat. Snapchat says no. Now we can go live. Now we can post videos. I don't know if you guys have been on Instagram long enough to remember that, but it was a time that Instagram was just photos. Now it was live, it's videos, it's short videos, it's all of these dope things, right? So always, always, always remember, ask yourself, what does this platform want? The general answer in most platforms is they want people to stay on their platform as long as possible. Why? Because their primary revenue generator is ads. So if I can keep you on Instagram all day, I can show you way more ads than if you check your Instagram for 10 minutes, see what's going on, and then you jump off, right? So they want a ton of content on their platform to keep people on their platform so they can show them a whole bunch of ads and make a whole bunch of money. So I always, when I don't know what the algorithm is or what the platform is, because I think trying to figure out the algorithm is a waste of time, but I think you can realistically ask yourself, what does the platform want from me? Because they're going to let you know that, because that helps them make money. So I'll do a ton of content on Reels. After one of my Reels, they put me in something called the Reels Play program. Currently, that's the name of it. They don't change it. Reels Play program. Basically, they give you a CPM, which a CPM stands for cost per thousand. So it should be CPT, but that it's called a CPM, and you get paid X amount of dollars per 1,000 views that your reels get over a month's time. So 28 to 30 day time frame. All right. So the CPM is low. I'm not going to cap. As of this recording, I'm at 116,000 followers on Instagram, and my Instagram alone check is $400 to $600 month to month, depending on how many views I get in a month, right? So that's not going to retire you, but extra $2,400 a year ain't bad. And going in with what Zay said, and what I want to emphasize as well, is can you make millions of dollars and build a 7-figure business off of social media and digital real estate? Absolutely, right? I'm in a 3-story house. I own an Airbnb that's paid for. I'm buying another 2-story house by the end of the year, all off of digital real estate. But I like to talk about small numbers and being super realistic, because a lot of people can get overwhelmed, right? I own over $500,000 worth of real estate that I bought off of digital real estate, right? I'm talking about physical real estate that I got money from digital real estate and bought. But if we came here and said how to make $500,000 in digital real estate, a lot of people not even gonna watch the video. That sounds insane. Sounds like we just here trying to sell you something, and they don't believe it. So what I like to tell people is go into it with the mentality of, I'm going to pay one bill. And whatever your cheapest bill is, if it's Netflix, if you have Netflix, if it's your cell phone, right? And say, I'm going to create digital real estate with the expectation of having Netflix for free for the rest of my life, because Instagram or YouTube or my website or whatever it is that you decide to use is going to allow me to have this for absolutely free, right? One more nugget I want to add on to that as well is I want you guys to also start looking at private labeling, right? Private labeling websites, right? I'm only telling you this because Zay is my guy, right? I've never said this before in anything outside of my paid courses, but Zay is a great entrepreneur in real life, not just on those social media stuff. So I'm gonna give you guys a gem that I usually don't even say publicly, right? So I told you guys JHF Hosting is my own website you can go to and you can get a domain name, right? Well, there is a reseller program with GoDaddy that costs me like $300 a year. I pay GoDaddy $300 a year. I can slap ABC hosting, JHF hosting, Zaytime hosting on it, and then all you see is the first page that I paid somebody on Fiverr. Y'all know Fiverr is my entire employee department, right? I pay somebody on Fiverr, make me a one-page website. That's what they see when they go to it. And literally, you guys can go to this website after watching this, and you can't tell that it's a GoDaddy site. I pay GoDaddy $300 a year. People will come, they'll get domain names, they'll get website services, they'll get SSLs, right, which is gives you the little lock symbol that lets you know that your information is secure if you give them your credit card information or your PayPal or whatever you're going to use, right? So you can private label websites like that. Now you got your own web hosting service. So a $300 investment, and I don't care where you are in life when you're watching this, right? You could swing $300 if you really wanted to. So it's the GoDaddy reseller program, and everybody here can have their own web hosting, all right? And then you can niche down on it. So I'm really big on side hustles and practical entrepreneurship. So then I push my web hosting services on people saying, hey, you an entrepreneur, you need to secure your IP, you need to get a domain name, you need to do XYZ, which is good information, but hey, get yours from JHF hosting, right? It does cost a little bit more. Why would they pay a little bit more? Because people like to spend money with people they like, know, and trust. All right. So you can go to Walmart, buy a steak, cook it, and eat steak tonight, or you can go to Roof Crest, and that same steak is like 10 times more, right? But it's the experience that you're paying for. You like, know, and trust it, right? So, and that's what you're paying for with your value. So private labeling is a play. If you're somebody out there that's I literally have no idea what I'm going to do to make a website, right? So other than my reselling website, authorjt.com is a regular website. Me and my team of VAs run that. It's not private labeled by anybody. But then we're also working on now a travel site that is going to be an affiliate site. So it's not, and I don't know if I did a good job of explaining private label. Private label is, it's not me doing any of the work, right? I send traffic to it. You buy a domain name, you buy a SSL. If you need support, you go to the website, you jump in the chat box, or you send in a complaint. GoDaddy does all of that for me, right? In turn, GoDaddy gives me a split of the money. All right, that website pays for itself plus some every single month. So I make over $300 a month just by having my own web hosting service. I don't know how to build a web hosting service. I know that it's a good service to have. I got $300. So now I got JHF hosting, right? My travel site is what I'm building now because my 3 secrets to success. And if I'm talking too much, Zay, just say, shut up, man. Right. So my 3 personal secrets to success in digital real estate is one, you got to properly package your value, properly package your value. What do I mean by that? Is that we all went to high school with cats or young ladies that were just as funny as Tyler Perry, Kevin Hart, or whatever, right? Maybe you went to school with people that can rap just as cold as Kendrick Lamar, but now they work at Walmart and these other people are millionaires and billionaires, right? So they didn't know how to properly package their value in a way to get the greatest ROI. So that's my first tip. Or my first of 3 tips that I want to give you guys. Secondly, you have to create a system for consistency, right? A lot of businesses go out of business because they don't have a proper system. So I'm in my office now. I got some lights on. I got a camera over there, right? I got this desk set up with this background strategically. So you can see I got me a Instagram plaque. I got me a YouTube plaque, right? I got one of my books up there. This setup never changes, right? This is not by default. So if I ever wanted to do a quick live stream with my audience, I can come here, I mash a button, all the lights come on, and now I can start giving game, right? Now imagine if I had to set up all of this every time I wanted to create content. It would become a hassle. It would become tedious. Man, I got to put all that stuff back up. Then I got to take it back down. But in your business, apply it. What's a system that you can adopt so that you can be consistent? Because being consistent is better than being good. There's people that make 4K videos that are way smarter than me, look way better than me, and they got 1,000 followers, right? Meanwhile, I got over 100,000 followers on every platform that I really care about, which is YouTube and Instagram.
Let's pause right there real quick. I want to highlight that because you brought up a good point that you've been able to pretty much build an online and physical empire that's constantly growing, and nothing you do is like super fancy. It's good, but nothing is like because you have people who go into real high production. 1 second, this saying run. This meeting will end. All right, I'm about to restart it. But okay, but there's people who go into real high production with their videos, and and they might spend thousands of dollars per video to produce. You're the type of person who practical. Everything you do is pretty much practical. You have a setup, come in front of the camera. You give game, and I think that's one thing to highlight because people overthink when it comes to starting an online brand or become an influencer, whatever. They think I need to have this certain camera, I need to have this certain laptop, I need to have this certain editing software. And what you're saying is, it don't take all that. It takes something, have something consistent, but like you don't have to have the fanciest of stuff. You just to be, willing to be committed to, what you're starting.
Yeah, I'm doing this video with Zay right now, straight off of the webcam on my MacBook Air that I had since college. Right now, I do have nicer cameras, but with the right lighting, I found that this has been decent enough setup. Right, these shelves came out of Target. They super cheap shelves. All right, they just stick on the wall. I ain't even had to worry about drilling in. All right, so and then I just put some basic stuff that I care about. So cameras, camera lenses, a caricature of my daughter. I'm a big KD fan, so I got the autographed KD jersey there. So real simple setup. So you don't have to go out and spend tens of thousands of dollars on a setup to produce content because value is the most important thing. All right, if somebody could tell me how to make $1 million, right? I don't care if the video is in black and white and it looked like one of them old John Wayne movies with the terrible editing. If it's valid information, right, I'm gonna be like, man, this video sucked. But I'm gonna be taking notes the whole time and like, okay, cool, we're gonna go execute. Now, as you learn more and as you can do more, absolutely. I still do cell phone videos, right? My last 2 YouTube videos on a channel with over 261,000 followers, I did with an iPhone 13, right? All I did was wipe the lens off, all right, and held it and did a video. And one video got over 13,000 views. And I just dropped the other video, right? And a channel my size has a CPM of $40. RPM is like half of that, like $22. What that means for the people that's pocket watching is if you do 22 times 13 or 14 or however many views it got now, that's how much money that video made me. So you guys are way better at math than me. All off of something that you guys have. You're probably watching this video on the cell phone.
So let's jump into the YouTube play. I advise a lot of people to start a YouTube channel. I realize sometimes I'm a hypocrite. I'm not as consistent as I should be when it comes to producing content on YouTube. But I do want to, I have personal experience with, getting paid from YouTube. Obviously, a lot more than I do. And so I'm gonna give some numbers for mine. I'm a lot smaller of a channel. Right now, my main channel has like 16,000 subscribers because I'm lazy. But my highest viewed video on my channel actually now has 700,000 views. I think that video alone, I think produced, I know it's over $1,000 by itself, like in a month that it produced at its peak. But so there's YouTube money. YouTube pays, it varies. Like YouTube, I might get a payout sometimes for like $2,000, and then it less because I don't put out near as much videos. But on the other end is once you build a brand and once you build trust, you can build your own product. So I have an ebook and I have a course, and sometimes I do I'll sell my time sometimes when people do consultations, and I make a lot more off of my own products than I do YouTube. But so JT, so your channel is over 200,000 subscribers. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of money in YouTube, and obviously you can diversify. So let's jump into how people can start making money on YouTube. Your channel has grown a lot, but you can give your experience, and then if you could tell people, if someone right now wants to start YouTube, but obviously you got no subscribers, no nothing, don't even have a niche, like how would you go about that?
All right, I would tell people in the beginning, when you're going to jump on YouTube, let's start with a subject matter that you actually care about and not something that makes a lot of money. So there's a variety of YouTubers that make $5,000 plus per day just in ad revenue. I just paid for a course by a gentleman that his YouTube channel name is Meet Kevin. And he makes over $5,000 a day just off of the views, right? But he talks about real estate. He also talks about politics, but these are all things that interest him, right? Now, my channel doesn't make $5,000 a day. On any given month, off of ad revenue alone, we'll make between $16,000 and $20,000 just off of people watching the videos. But I'm somebody that personally likes side hustles, multiple streams of income. So I talk about what I like to talk about, right? PewDiePie, which is as of this recording, is the biggest YouTuber. He makes millions of dollars a month off of his channel, and he plays Roblox and whatever other video game he feels like playing. All right, Mr. Beast does real cinematic videos, and he'll do different challenges and give away cars and money. But I would say when you're starting off on YouTube, pick something that you would talk about for free, which is more than likely something that you're talking about off camera or offline now anyway, because you're not going to get any money up front. I do recommend that you come with something to sell. If nothing else, you can do consultations, right? So if for the ladies out there that are really into hair and makeup, if you want to do consultations, like for example, I got a 5-year-old daughter and she has sensitive skin, right? She has eczema, so we got to always keep creams and lotions so her skin don't dry out or anything like that. But if you were somebody, a young lady out there that says, I know how ladies with sensitive skin but still want to wear makeup, use things like that, or like, you know, certain perfumes that ladies with sensitive skin can't use, or soaps and all of that, right? You can do paid consultations, right? When I first started out, my first year on YouTube, I wasn't really making nothing, right? First 8 months, I did over 100 videos, made nothing off of the ad revenue. But I would do, because I didn't know my worth, right, which is another thing that prevents people from making money, I would charge $50 a month for unlimited consultations because I didn't think anybody was going to pay for them anyway. So once that number got out of hand, I had to slowly scale it up, right, in price because it was too many people. So I would say start off with something that you're going to talk about anyway offline. In the beginning, make videos that are either YouTube shorts, right? Because that's what the platform wants you to do anyway. So it's going to give you a lot of organic reach. So do a lot of shorts, but I wouldn't build an entire channel off of shorts because we never know when the algorithm may change and kill your channel because all you got is shorts. So I would do a combination of shorts and a combination of no more than 3 to 5 minute videos in the beginning. I would get straight to the point and I would emphasize storytelling. So I would have a beginning, right, where I introduce who I am and what we're going to talk about. I'll give them the point, whatever we're going to talk about in the middle, and then I'll give them a call to action on the end, right? So quick example of that. What's up, hustlers? It's your boy, JT Automations, back in another day. I'm here with my brother, Zay, and in this video, we're going to talk about how to make $1,000 a month with your own exterior cleaning business, right? So in those few short seconds, I've identified who I am, I identified who Zay is, and I identified what this video is going to be about, right? So now I got people hooked in, right? Man, how to make $1,000 a month with my own exterior cleaning business, right? Then we're going to go into the story of how did Zay actually build a business that can make, of course, he make more than $1,000 a month, but can make at least $1,000 a month with an exterior cleaning business. And then at the end of the video, right, believe it or not, you got to tell people what you want them to do. So, hey, if you liked and enjoyed this video, do me a favor, smash that like button, share this video with anybody you think it can help. Be sure to follow Zay. Link to his channel is down in the description below. Till next time, y'all stay hustling. That's usually the abbreviated version of every video that I do. So I want to identify who I am because you never know who's watching you for the first time. If I have a guest, I want to introduce the guest. I want to give them the plot or the subject matter, right? We're going to talk about that subject matter, and then I'm going to give them a CTA or a call to action at the end. And I would do that in 3 minutes or less if I'm just starting out, because if you're just starting out, you're probably nervous. You probably don't like what you look like on camera. You probably think that you sound stupid. You probably think it's a waste of time because you worked hard on a video and only got 16 views, right? So I would say in the beginning, just be brief and work on volume, right? Just like any sport, if it's basketball, you become a better shooter by shooting. If it's track, you become a better runner by running, right? So I would be focused on, I'm going to do 3 to 5 minute videos. I'm going to post at least 3 of them a day, all right? And I'm going to talk about whatever it is. If I know about fitness, we're going to do 3 fitness videos, right? We might talk about nutrition. We might talk about working your biceps.
All right, so when we left off, you was just discussing YouTube Play. So getting started with YouTube.
All right, so yeah, so for those of you out there that want to get started in YouTube, I recommend that you start off doing something that you enjoy doing, something that you would talk about anyway. And more than likely, if you're trying to brainstorm on what your YouTube channel should be, if you're a complete beginner, I would suggest that you start off talking about something you're talking about every day anyway. So if you keeping up with what's going on with Kanye West and Kim Kardashian and Ray J and whatever other gossip, if that's what you talk about anyway every day, then it will be easier for you to create that content. If you always watch sports and you know what's going on with Kyrie, LeBron, Russell Westbrook, whoever, you name it, then create a channel where you just do your commentary or your reactions to whatever events are going on in that area. Now, I talk about business because for 3 years before I ever got on social media consistently, I was an entrepreneur. I was talking about business every day. I was listening to something related to business every day because I was trying to grow as an entrepreneur and figure this whole thing out. So I think that consistency is a better play than you just trying to do what Zay does because you know Zay make money, or do what I do because you know what I do make money. So I would say be consistent. Do YouTube shorts if you watch this video when it comes out. But if you're watching this video and it's way after the upload date that you can see underneath this video, I recommend that you do whatever is the latest feature on that platform. And I will start off with doing 3 to 5 minute videos that have a 3 parts storytelling approach, right? I first want to introduce who it is. And if I'm having a guest, this is my guest. This is what we're going to talk about that subject matter, right? And then end with a CTA. So an example of that is me saying, what's up, hustlers? It's your boy, JC Automations, back with another video. I'm here with my brother, Zay. In this video, we're going to talk about how to make $1,000 a month with your own exterior cleaning business. All right. So that's my first part of the storytelling approach. Then we'll talk about everything that Zay knows to get us from zero to making $1,000 a month with our own exterior cleaning business. Then at the end of the video, I'll say something along the lines, hey, there you have it, you guys. Be sure to follow Zay on all the social media. It's linked down in the description below. Also, do me a favor if you enjoy this kind of content, share this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. And until next time, so I'm hustling, stay hustling. JT Automations, I'm gone, right? And every video you do, have those 3 elements. I'm going to introduce the people and the subject matter. We're going to discuss the subject matter. I'm going to end every video with a CTA. And the CTA can be whatever it is you want them to do, right? Click the link in the description and check out my merch. Click the link in the description and book a consultation with me for more information. Share this video, follow me, whatever it is, based off of the platform for YouTube, right? That's how I would recommend people to start.
Perfect. So you've been able to grow. So your YouTube channel, along with you getting obviously the money from Google, from the viewership. What are the other ways that you're able to monetize? Because obviously, so we talked about the funnel that you use social media to lead to like your website and disperse everything else that you have to sell. But obviously, so now you have YouTube money, and then what are some of the other opportunities that people can then get into after they got, after they're monetized?
All right, I create courses as well. I got an online school called Hustle Academy. I tell everybody, like literally, no matter how simple a task is that you may feel like everybody knows how to do this, that is something that is a skill set or knowledge that somebody else doesn't have. And you don't have to be 10 times past somebody, right? If somebody has no money, you teaching them to make $1,000 is life-changing to them. You don't have to make $100,000 a year to be able to help the person that doesn't make any money at all. Literally getting them $1,000 is life changing to somebody that has completely no money at all. Depending on where they live, $1,000 a month, that might get them into a car, that might get them into a studio apartment, right? So you never know. So I would tell people 100%, right? Don't think that you got to be that far ahead. But to talk about the different ways that I monetize, I have the ebooks, right, as well. So I do my own books at authorjt.com. I have courses in Hustle Academy, right, teaching people how to start their own consulting service, teaching people how to grow and monetize on their Instagram, literally whatever it is that I think is a skill set that people can add to the tool bag. I'll make a course on it. I'll put it in Hustle Academy. I utilize a website called Teachable. You don't have to use Teachable, but I'm just giving you guys the whole play because like I said, I'm giving you guys more game than I usually give because I really rock with Zay. So I pay Teachable $99 a month. That's where it hosts all of my sites at. Other than that, right? We are now doing conferences next year, or depending on when you're watching this year in 2023, the first weekend in June, we're going to do the Foundation of Wealth Conference. So I take people that follow me on social media. Hey, do you want to come network in person and get around high level people? You should come to my conference. We're going to do the Foundation of Wealth Conference and have people come out next year as well. Affiliate marketing is a big play as well. Let's say you build a big platform in your niche, but you don't want the hassle of taking orders, doing customer fulfillment, doing customer service when somebody says it got damaged in shipping or whatever the case may be. You could be an affiliate marketer and say, hey, listen, I'm going to make a channel about fashion, but I don't want to make my own clothing line. So I'm going to do an affiliate deal with Zay. Zay gonna make the clothes and ship out the clothes, right? And I'll just market it on my platform. But when you order it, Zay will do all the fulfillment. Me and Zay split the money based off of whatever agreement we negotiate. So I might get 10% or 15% or whatever I'm able to negotiate off of that. So those are just like the basic ways to make money. I will tell you this though, if you do this the right way, because I tell everybody, I am in the business of social media. I don't care how many followers you have if you don't make any money. So I don't care if you have 100,000 followers, but you starving and you can't take care of your kids, and your mom say, can she borrow $20 and you ain't got it, right? So I'm in the business of social media. I come to social media the same way that you may get up and go to your job. So I come there with an intention of, I'm here to make money. This is my job. This is my business. And that's important to say, because if you come to social media with this mindset of being entertained or having escapism, right, then you're not going to make money off of it. You're going to be entertained. You're going to be able to escape reality for a little while, get you a good laugh or whatever it is that you're looking for. And I want people to actually take advantage of digital real estate and make money passively or semi-passively. I have so many different digital assets. My ebooks alone generate more money than my cost of living. All right, Hustle Academy alone, my YouTube check alone, right? There's so many degrees of separation that I have, that so many things got to grow wrong, right, for me to have to go back and get a job. Now, in the beginning, right, you might say, hey, I'm going to start off with one thing, like you said earlier. All this thing is going to pay my Netflix bill. But once I get the hang of that, I'm going to scale it up. Now it's going to pay my cell phone bill. Before you know it, right, now I own a media company that makes net profit $50,000 every single month off of a collection of digital assets that we have, and we're growing daily. Our goal for my media company is to get to $200K a month net profit, not gross, because people will tell you gross numbers and say, I make $100,000 a year, but then they net 30,000, right? So $50,000 a month net profit is where we're at. We're trying to get to $200K a month net profit, right? For our business, and that's by creating these different assets. The YouTube check is the smallest check you're gonna ever get. The TikTok, the Instagram, the check that the platform gives you is always the smallest check, right? I don't care if that check is 10,000 or 20,000. If they're giving you $20,000 a month just for the YouTube check or the Instagram check, and that's all you doing, you probably missing at least double that much if you create your own products or services, or if you go in partnership with a company, if you're somebody that doesn't want to take on creating your own products or services.
I want to highlight another thing. As you were talking, I want to bring out a point that, so all these different income streams, some are, pretty very significant, and some are smaller where it's just covering a Netflix bill. But one thing I want to highlight is that, like, guys, I've met JT in real life, and when I talk about somebody who's humble, I mean, like, so many people, they get money and then try to, increase their lifestyle. And JT is somebody who could go out and go buy a Lambo or something like that, but he doesn't own one. He has, reinvested money in growing his platform. And so many people, they get discouraged off of like small numbers or a small bit of followers because they can't see the bigger vision. Mm-hmm. And in your journey of entrepreneurship and growing your income and creating these different streams, you got to be okay with living below your means until you actually have the means to to be going out and doing all the lavish things. Because so many people on social media, they lead with oh, look at my Lambo, look at my this and that, to be in order to sell you a product. And JT is proof that you don't have to have those things to grow an audience, to provide value. People, I mean, because we're living in a time now, people can start to, they see through the Lambo, they see through all the flashy things. Mm-hmm. And when you take away those things, what's actually left? Mm-hmm. And so you can tell if you go watch JT's content, this is something he's really passionate about, really cares about. And that's why he's been able to grow a significant audience without, leading with flashy things, and has garnered an audience of people, everyday people in practical entrepreneurship. And so I want you guys to understand the power behind, building a product that only makes you $100, extra $100 a month, and then another product that makes you $1,000. And when you start to stack all these, like, I don't even know how many income streams altogether do you have?
Like, man, it's probably 20 something if I add them. I try to simplify them and say that I just got the media company and the real estate company. So, like, I would probably just in the media company alone, we got the YouTube channel, we got the Jthustlez podcast, we got the online schools, we got the affiliate deals. I own, I help other people build up their brands as well. And I might have 25% ownership in such and such's brand. I don't want to like sound like, in a bad way and call out who it is, but I'll tell you offline. But there's certain people that they might have a great product or service, and they'll come to me and say, hey, bro, I know I got this sauce because I make $300,000 a year doing this business, but for whatever reason, I can't get people to give me $100 to join my program, and I teach them how to make their first 100K. So I'll even partner with them, and they might give me 25% of their media company, of their brand that they're building, for me to show them how to get, X amount. So it was one gentleman, he was making $5,000 a month. Now he makes $97,000 a month. I own 25% of his company, right? There's another gentleman, he's not making the money yet, but he was at 200 followers a year ago. Now he's almost at 80,000 followers, and he just stocking his pond, as we call it, building an audience that like, knows, and trust him. And then he's going to monetize that as well. So I would say probably collectively 20 something. Going back with what Zay said though, is like 100%. All right, you don't have to be in a Bugatti or a Rolls Royce. Hey, if you have those goals and you work hard and accomplish it, hey, 100% do your thing. I'm not saying that I'll never have a nice car, but I drive Hondas and Toyotas. They reliable, right? I like them. They nice to me, and it gets me where I need to go. I invest the bulk of my money, like Zay says, either in my media company or in real estate. So every year, by the grace of God, for the past, I would say probably 4 or 5 years now, we've been buying move-in ready houses, cash, right, in my marketplace where I want to invest, because that's going to be my retirement. So when I'm way too old and nobody want to hear the old man talk about social media, I'm going to have a portfolio of real estate and eat off of those rental properties of at least 20 something houses, is what the goal is. But ain't no cap on it. We'll have at least 20 houses that's going to give us at least $1,000 a month, and that's going to be my retirement. So don't really think that because you don't have a Lamborghini, you can't build a brand. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, right? You can rent a Lamborghini for $1,500. All right, you can go to Neiman Marcus and buy expensive clothes, or unfortunately, right? And again, I'm not somebody to call anybody out. There's certain influencers that'll go to the print shop and say, "Hey, listen, here's a picture from the Louis Vuitton website of a shirt. Can you print this on this shirt for me?" Right? Because in a video, can you really tell? All right, if I get a cold print shop to put, the Louis V symbol on a black tee, and Louis V really sells a black t-shirt with that symbol, right? If you're not in person to feel the material or see, what it is, hey, you're going to think it's legit, right? So don't believe everything that you see on social media. I tell everybody, whether it's me or anybody else, do your due diligence, right? See, in fact, are there people making a full-time income off of websites? Either their own websites or private label them, like we said, right? I got sidetracked. I want to tell you guys another play, because I want to give you guys maximum value here. My travel site play is I'm going to Fiverr, and I'm having somebody make me a travel site. Why, JT? Because since I don't need the money right now for retirement, I do Airbnb on my property. But I don't want to be at the mercy of the algorithm. That's why I said my number one tip is for you to have, my number 3 tip, right, out of my 3 tips of being successful, is you got to own a part of your distribution. So I'm leveraging Airbnb, but I'm also going to get a QR code, put it in a laminate little sleeve out of Target, and tape that sucker right to the wall, right beside the TV. If they scan that code, it's going to take them to my private travel website. I'm going to give them a discount to book directly through me. So that way, if for whatever reason the algorithm on Airbnb changes, I'm a super host now, but if somebody trashes the property, or sometimes people might try to run a scam just to get their money back after they stayed there for a length of time, right? I still want to have my own platform where I say, okay, I'm not at the mercy of this algorithm. So Fiverr is building me a website. Well, I really only have a small portfolio of properties to put on that site. Who in the world wants to go to a travel website that only has 2 properties? So what we're going to do is make it a travel affiliate site, which means that you're going to be able to find properties in Hawaii, right? You're going to find properties that's in Charlotte, Atlanta, Miami, right? Because there are affiliates out there like Expedia and all these other travel sites that will give you an affiliate commission, like we talked about earlier. So you can go to my website. Yeah, you can book my 1 or 2 properties that I'm going to have up there, but you can also book any other property and I still get paid. That way, I'm giving maximum value to the consumer. So making money in digital real estate, the key is this, right? I don't care how much you want to charge, how much money you want to make, right? Tell yourself, I'm going to always give this person at least 10x in value. All right. So I don't care if you charge somebody $10,000 for a 1-hour consultation, right? They're not paying for the hour of your time. They're paying for the amount of value that you can pack in that hour of time, right? Think about it this way. If Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or Warren Buffett or all of these known billionaires say, hey, I'm going to start doing phone consultations and I'm going to charge $10,000 an hour and I'm going to answer all of your questions about how to go from wherever you are in life to becoming a billionaire, and I'm going to give you a roadmap to go from 40,000 a year to billionaire, right? You would find a way to get that $10,000, right? Because these are people that we believe are qualified in at least the area of making money. So I don't care how much you want to charge. I recently got a friend of mine. He paid $156,000 to join this coaching program, but the coaching program has created millionaires, right? Time and time again. So he had no problem paying that individual $156,000. Now he's going to be in their network for 1 year, get coaching from them, and learn how to build a business that makes at least $1.5 million a year. So whether you're selling an ebook, whether you're selling a course, whether you're selling whatever it is, always ask yourself, how can I give value? Because they're paying for the value and you're going to get repeat customers as long as you run that play. So you might buy Zay's course that he has out that's teaching you how to start an exterior cleaning business. And what's the price tag on the course right now, Zay? You know off top?
So right now it's on sale for like $97.
All right, so you for $97, I know somebody watching this, the shoes on your feet cost more than $97, but for $97, you can learn a business that'll change your life for forever, right? You can go out and do what Zay does and make $97 in a day, your first day out. And still now everything is profit after that point. So creating offers like that are what you'll hear some people call irresistible offers, right? So create irresistible offers. And if you want to charge somebody $50,000, cool, right? Or you gonna give them a $500,000 value, all right? And if you can't do that right now, hey, if you got to give somebody $1,000 worth of game, all of us that's watching this know how to make $1,000. You might know how to go work a job and save your money, right? Or just how to do it entrepreneurially speaking. But if all you can do is sell somebody $100 program to make $1,000, hey, that's what it is. You can go to Udemy, and there's other sites out there like this as well that you can make the course, put it on these platforms. They do the marketing. They're going to take a cut of the money and they'll do all the marketing for you. So all you got to do is say, okay, this is how to do whatever, right? This is how to start a food trailer, how to start a ghost kitchen, how to become a YouTuber, how to become a podcaster, and say, okay, I'm going to upload it to Udemy and I'm going to see how much money I make, or other sites like that.
Man, y'all getting so much game from this interview. I mean, like JT is giving y'all all the gems. So hopefully y'all will like and subscribe to his channel. Be sure to check out all his videos, because he goes into he shares so many different opportunities with everybody. And I think that's the key thing right there. Like he just said, to reiterate, is providing as much value as possible. And like from my own experience, like what I realize is when it comes to your information online, like with us being in the entrepreneur space, a lot of people like to gatekeep information, and then like a lot of times what I've seen, 'cause I've studied a lot of digital webinars and different things like that. And so they will get you to come into a webinar and say, okay, this is what you're going to learn. But in the webinar, they won't actually give you any of the information they said it was. It's really to sell you at the end, which, you know, I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. But what I've learned is, like you said earlier, people buy from people they know, like, and trust. How do you build trust and credibility is by literally being authentic and providing real value. And from there, then you can go for an ask. And what Gary Vee calls it jab, 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 right hook. And it pretty much is saying, you know, you give value, 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 and then you can ask for a sale, and you're more likely to convert on that sale because people are like, oh, wow, I've gotten so much gain from this person for free that, like, I want to buy the product. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you give, like, a lot of people want to give, you know, a little, very little bit and say, oh, buy the product. But if you give as much as you can and then then go for the ask, you're way more likely for people to, you know, then to buy into that product if they feel like you're authentic and they can get some real value from that. So you made a very valid point when it comes to, you know, building that online presence and a brand that, you know, people actually want to buy from. They trust you.
Yep. And I want to add one more thing too. Now, there's nothing wrong with high ticket sales. And in the future, I got more and more people that want more of my time. So they want consistent coaching. So that might be a higher ticket in the future. But currently, I don't sell any product or service over like $200, right? So I'm able to build a company that makes $50,000 a month net profit, and nothing costs no more than $200, right? You can get a lot of stuff for $20, $30, $50, $99, right? $200 top. So don't think that you have to have a high ticket item. Now, if you decide that in your business model, you want to do luxury, high end, $50,000 this, $100,000 that, you can. But I'm talking to the everyday people that say, hey, listen, I'm not comfortable charging somebody $1,000 for this product or service, right? I know it's valuable, but personally, I'm not like that. I was like that for many years too, because I was raised by a single mother, and I'd be seeing people's program, and I'm like, man, I know that's life changing, but my mom would have never been able to afford that. Or back when I was working a 9-to-5 trying to figure out entrepreneurship, I would have never been able to afford that, and I would have been too afraid to take out a loan and invest in that knowledge because it's a fear of the unknown. Right now, in the perfect world, I think that you should have a mix, right? Because as you grow your brand and your business, people will require more of your time. So you have to charge accordingly for your time. Otherwise, you're going to become a worse entrepreneur, meaning that if you charge people $1 to spend all day with you, right? Now you're helping them in a way that's not mutually beneficial. Next thing you know, your lights are off, your water is off, things of that nature. But you can create these digital assets, right? Which is what digital real estate is by my definition. Any digital asset that can make you passive to semi-passive income in perpetuity, right? So, and I keep my personal bills, because I also remember Zay said living below your means. My personal bills are less than $1,000 a month. Granted, like I said, we pay off all our real estate, so I don't finance anything, so I don't have any rent or any mortgage. So I'm just paying strictly utility bills. But think about it, as somebody that does $600K plus a year, right? My living expenses are $12,000 or less, right? Just to take care of me, and I got a daughter, right? So just to take care of my family.
That's super impressive. That you've been able to, you know, build this empire, and that, you know, you still have the mentality of, you know, of living, you know, humble while still, you know, growing income streams and sharing as much value with people as possible. Now, I want you guys to understand too that now this isn't none of this stuff is overnight too. 'Cause a lot of people, you know, they want to jump into YouTube and be making money tomorrow, or or build a digital product and think that, you know, sales are just going to come. I mean, I know I personally have failed a bunch of times, still fail in certain, you know, in a lot of areas. But like when I remember when I tried to build my first digital product, I built it on Udemy. So that's like you guys can go look into that, but it's a shared platform, like you can subscription based. I think I worked on a course. My first course was like how to build a website with WordPress, and I probably only made I know I spent hours building the course. I only ended up making I want to say probably less than $100. I made less than $100 on the course. Udemy takes a little percentage and stuff like that. The number was very insignificant, but the significant part was I just built this thing, and it made any amount of money that you can make online. you should like take that and embrace it. It's like, yo, you just like, I ain't gonna say you cracked the code, but like your eyes have been open because like you now you know it's real. And like from there, all you gotta figure out is how can I build something better? How can I build something somebody wants? And then how can I scale it up?
Yep.
You know, to continue to grow. So as you guys can see, you know, this what he's done is not something overnight, but continuing to be consistent. You know, he's built his YouTube channel and then, you know, ebooks. The more you get into this thing, you'll realize that all the different income streams that can come out of, you know, just building an audience off of one platform. Now, because you pretty much you started with YouTube, right?
Yeah, I'm started on YouTube, and I still like YouTube the best. Like, so the reason why I transition and I recommend everybody to do this, start off with one platform, build that up, then move to the next, is because as you start going to diversify your income streams and you want to start working with sponsors and affiliates and blah, 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 they will possibly say that, hey, well, you're a YouTuber, Zay, and most of our audience is on TikTok, and your TikTok only got a fraction of the number of people you got on YouTube. So I recommend start off with one platform, build it up, stay consistent with that, and then start branching out into others as well. So I've been doing YouTube the longest, so that's why I got 260 plus thousand there. Then I started focusing on Instagram and YouTube. That's why I only got 116K over there, right? But the value in that is, one, there will be certain people that'll follow me on Instagram that don't even know I'm a YouTuber. I run into people all the time that say, hey, you the dude from Instagram, right? And they don't even know I have a YouTube channel that's much larger than my Instagram. So you're going to reach an audience of people that otherwise wouldn't know you exist. And when you go in and want to start getting sponsorships and endorsements, you can get that, right? One that I got and I turned it down, I'm gonna just be honest with you. They offered me $10,000 an episode to do like one of these like small reality type shows that you see a lot of people that are going from social media to smaller things. But I mean, it's a bigger platform, but TV type roles, right? So those kind of opportunities are going to become available to you as you begin to grow your brand cross platforms.
That's what's up. So, guys, Jesse's provided a bunch of value. I hope you got at least one thing out of this interview. I mean, whether it's right now you want to, you know, start writing ebooks, start a YouTube channel, start doing Instagram reels, and just
private label websites.
Yeah, private label websites, all that. I mean, there's so many different avenues. So I hope your eyes have been open. And one thing I want to add into that is like for people right now, like we talked about earlier, picking a niche. One of the best things you can do is, like he said, what you're already doing or what you're passionate about. But so many people who are not doing content right now are missing out on a whole bag. Like right now, if you are even a private chef, you can come on YouTube and start talking about your private chef business. You know, how you started, how you're getting clients, because people are constantly asking these questions. And so
I will hire you. I just fired myself.
See this? So not only can you find by putting yourself on social media, you know, and creating content, you will find new clients. Plus, if you're willing to somebody who likes to teach, you can teach other people, and then from there you can monetize. I mean, like from that example alone, you're a private chef. The avenues you could be creating is, one, you create you can sell your own recipe ebook. You can sell an ebook on how to start, you know, and scale a private, you know, catering and chef business. You could, I mean, on your channel, you could talk about the type of equipment you use, different cooking methods. I mean, there's so many ideas and ways, you know, from there to monetize. I mean, and then the reach you can get. So with whatever niche, any niche, you're even a mobile mechanic. You could pretty much come on YouTube and create and choose any niche. And if you're consistent and, you know, you get better with the video quality over time, you'll garner an audience.
Absolutely.
But before we end, where can they follow you at on every platform? Once again, just to recap.
All right. You can find me on Instagram at Jthustlez, hustles with a Z. So that's JTHUSTLEZ. And there's some fake accounts out there. So follow the account that has 100,000 or more followers. And more than likely, that'll be the right one, right? I go live there every week. So you know it's me when you see me go live there. And we have conversations like this weekly. You can also find me at authorjt.com, authorjt.com, spelled just like you guys hopefully can see it on the shirt, authorjt.com, as well. And that's where we post. We got a book club that we're launching right now that's really dope, right? In that book club, we're only doing business books, and we're going to go through business books, tell you this is what the book says, and then this is what it means to your business. So authorjt.com is for my book club events, new books, contacting me, blah, 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 blah. And JT Automations is like the big platform. That's my YouTube channel. On there, I intentionally have a little something for everybody. So it'll have business and investments that I do, business and investments that my friends do, business and investments that I find interesting, because I know not everybody shares my interest. You might not even share the interest that my friends have. So that's going to be where I guarantee you're going to find one business, one side hustle, or one investment that you can add to your portfolio of whatever you're doing now and make more money.
Well, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. JT, I appreciate you coming on today, man. You provided so much value. This video alone, I'm going to chop it into different parts. You know, part of it will go on Instagram. I'll turn this probably into a podcast episode, as well as on YouTube. Might even take some clips of it and put it on TikTok. So, guys, just an example of what you can do with content. You know, diversifying different platforms. Do not forget to like and subscribe to this. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment, share it with somebody who you know could gain value from this video. And guys, we will see you in the next one. Much love.